Whiskey friends, far and wide, we are live. I'm Eric, your humble malt muser, and it is Tasty Tuesday happy hour. What's good, y'all? Hope everybody is doing well. All my American friends had a nice Thanksgiving. We got about an hour or so of happy hour to get into tonight, and then of course, Telex, the Whiskey Tech, and I return. Telex Malt Show, 9 until 11 Eastern. What's popping, y'all? Everybody have a nice holiday? Getting a little feedback already because you know how that goes, right? It's been a second, y'all. All right, let me just get this thing taken care of.
Thanksgiving?
Yep, see what is going on with this. Of course. Good to see everybody. Before we set the table for what's going on tonight, I got to check in on the early birds, man. Let's get after it. Frenchie, always first in the door. What's up in Duluth, man? Glad to have you have back probably. Fire is good for, I'm having a nice Talisker Distillers edition on a chilly evening in Duluth. Righteous. I got myself a nice, Naked Grouse. Good palate starter. Daniel's here too. What's up? How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you, man. Tamika, what's going on? You're funny. How are you? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, Tuesdays is actually the regular day. I think didn't you jump on like on a Friday or something, right? A couple, maybe like a week or two ago. Good to have you in the house. How are you? Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. Yeah. All right, folks saying hi to each other. What else is going on? Tamika's got some Jim Beam single barrel. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I've even had that one. That's one I got to look into. Somehow that one's always eluded me a bit. What else? What's going on? Chat is living up already. We got 10 folks in, man. Right on. Good to see everybody. Oh, look at that. What's up, Daniel? You're going with the Naked Grouse too. Okay. You know what's up. That's a good pour, man. It's like it's all malt, it's all first fill sherry, relatively cheap stuff. Really good. I dig it. It's a great way to start, especially when you're going to have a couple pours for the night. You know what I'm saying? All right. Terminator, how you doing, buddy? Are you an Ardbeg 10 fan? Probably. Yeah, I mean, I know I am. I'm sure he is too. Daniel. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the case. It's hard not to like Ardbeg 10. It's one of the best, at least in that 10-year-old kind of like intro Isle of Pete stuff, right? What else is going on? Oh, he doesn't like the Ardbeg 10, doesn't like the creosote taste. Okay. Make a trade with somebody. Oh, right on. Yeah, he's probably the one. That's right, because you're in Minnesota too. Midwest folks in the house. We got Chicago, Duluth. You're like somewhere in Minnesota, if I remember correctly. That's what I thought. Tamika says, Malt, you're looking comfy in that setup. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, a little new digs, hanging out. It's going pretty well. I like it. Evan, hey, what's up, man? Younger brother in the house. How are you? There's my boy, Jersey, man. How you been, Andrew? I'm checking out something of yours tonight that you had sent me. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, you're doing the monkey shoulders, the first one in the advent calendar? Man, what a bummer. So it's nowhere but up from there, right? You got to figure. Image is not great, but the sound is cool. Oh, I wonder if maybe I'm getting a little feedback. I'm not sure. Maybe I got to fix the lighting or something. I'll look into it. How are things over in Paris, buddy? Getting late for you or early. Thanks for stopping through. Aaron, how are you, man? Good to see you, buddy. Cohen, greetings back to you, bud. How are things in SoCal? Peter White got his hands on some rare breed. Yeah. Right on. Oh, so you got one of the older bottles or is it one of the newer ones? I don't remember if it's the newer one that's got the higher ABV or not. Either way, the bourbon is really solid. And a good price on that, too. It's my boy, King of Prussia. What's up, Tony? I'm doing well, man. Thanks for asking and stopping through, as always. Good to have you in the house. Great French whiskey. Oh, man. Okay, Greg. 20 minutes. All right, right on, buddy. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's good. What is it, like 2 a.m. by you in Paris? It's got to be something like that, right? COVID isolation life. Yeah, man. I'm feeling you. Sorry, man. At least you're on the other end of it. Yeah. Home of the famous Four Seasons landscaping. I got something to show you. Maybe I'll pull it out later. Yeah. The infamous Four Seasons Total Landscaping. Not to be confused with the Four Seasons Hotel, Philadelphia. So make sure you get that right. Don't go to the wrong place. It'll be embarrassing. All right, y'all. Great to have everybody in the house, man. 14 folks watching already. This is awesome. So let me set the table for tonight. So starting things off, a little bit of Naked Grouse. Can't go wrong. Sherry Bomb, super cheap. Highly recommend it. It's a blended malt, so there's no grain in it. Really, really delicious stuff. And inexpensive, as I said. I mean, this is like $35 maybe. It's a steal, in my opinion. I'm going to be getting into the Tale of Cake again. It's been about a month or so since we sipped on this. So we'll see if some oxidization has brought out a little bit more in this. It was a so-so whiskey when we tasted it last, but, you know, oxygen does its magic. I also got a sample courtesy of our Patreon supporter, Andrew Page. This is from a set that he had sent me. This is Tormore, 22-year-old cask strength from Glasgow Whiskey Company, independent bottling. Looking forward to trying this. I don't know if any of y'all have had Tormore. Let me know in the chat. This is a distillery I've never had anything from. So I was doing a little bit of research on it to get my bearings. So I'll share a bit of that with you guys as we go along tonight. So happy hour. We got a full set of stuff to get into. And then, of course, 9 o'clock, Telex the Whiskey Tech and I will do the Tasty Tuesday Telex and Malt Show. We are heading to the Isle of Mull. Lechag. We're not Ledag, Lechag. We're checking out Lechag 10 in the first hour, Lechag 18-year-old in the second hour. So you're not going to want to miss that. As always, I will drop the link in the chat when our good friend, the Telex the Whiskey Tech, is ready for some Tasty Tuesday action, and we will get into it. I'm going to put this in the glass now since it's a 22-year-old whiskey. So I want to do this thing justice. I don't know what to expect necessarily. So I'm going to let this sit for a nice bit of time before I start tasting it. So we'll get that poured out. Again, thank you so much, Andrew Page, for sending me these. I think this is the last one of the set that you gave me. So appreciate you, man. This is super cool. So we'll let that sit. I got Allen whiskey chip. We'll put that on top. Let that bad boy take it easy for a second. I'm going to get into a little bit more of this Naked Grouse. Let me know if any of you guys got opinions on the Naked Grouse or if you haven't had it. I find that it's surprisingly not as easy to find as, of course, like the regular grouse stuff that, you know, everybody sees, the famous grouse or whatever, which is also not bad. But this one, I think, is a real winner. It's heavy fruit flavor. Coats the mouth, really nice, a little bit of spice, but it's also, you know, it's also like right in that price range that it's a good like, you know, I would say medium mouthfeel. Works pretty nice. Uh-oh. Got some more folks in the chat. Cohen says the video's coming in bad. For real? Damn. Give me just 1 second. Let me take a look at this. Is it all choppy? Yeah, what's up with that? All right, hang on just 1 second. Let me see if I can fix this. That's weird. Oh, yeah, it is really choppy. 1 second, y'all. All right, is this any better? Yes, no, maybe so. I don't know what's going on with this tonight. Some weird feedback. Of course. Is this looking any better to you guys? Let me know in the chat. Hoping so. I'm not really sure what's going on. My internet's solid. Oh, well, I guess we're just going to have to roll with it for a little bit. I'll see if I can fix that. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm not sure what's going on. Is everybody getting bad feedback, or is it just a few folks? Damn. I had this thing all figured out. It was looking really good, and now I'm not sure. Yeah, right, Peter. Peter said the camera's probably been drinking. Yeah, that's weird, man. All right, give me just like 1 or 2 more minutes, y'all. My apologies. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with this. All right. How are we looking now? Better? Let me see what I can do here. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with this. This thing was working really good before. Oh, well. Well, we'll just keep rolling with it. Maybe I can get to adjust a little bit more. Anyways. I think it looks a little bit better now, right? Okay, are we good? Better? Not perfect, but better. Sorry about that, y'all. New digs, new setup, man. You know, nothing ever goes perfect the first time. Anyways, so I think we're in better shape here. It still looks a little choppy, but you know, we'll see what else I can do with it. Anyways, back to it. Naked Grouse. This is this one I really got to recommend to y'all. 43% too. I don't think it's, somebody just mentioned that they might have thought it was discontinued. Okay, cool. Let me just hop in the chat right quick. What's up, Richie? Nice to see you, bud. Okay, folks were saying it was blurry. Man, if it was discontinued, I would run out and get those like as soon as you can, because that should not be discontinued. At least I didn't think it was. If that's the case, grab a few. It's totally worth it. Let me see if I can do one other thing here. All right, good. Sounds good. Picture's blurry. Video's still bad. Okay, I'm a little bit behind. All right, Peter White says everything. This is 8-bit happy hour, y'all. What's your favorite Nintendo game? Too funny. All right, let's see what else is going on. All right, folks are saying it's looking better now. Okay, I think we're in good. Yeah, good to see you too, Richie. It's been a minute. How's your Thanksgiving? Hope everything's going well with you. Peter White saying, what state am I in now? I'm back in PA. Back in Philly. You know, where it's a lot colder than it was when I was in Southern California. That was a lot nicer. Let's just put it to you that way. Greg said, is that Lafroig lure behind you? No, it is not. This is a Lafroig 18. Green bottle of Lafroig 18. I got a couple of these. Telex and I are actually going to do a blind, or we're going to do a tasting of the white and the green blind, and kind of see how they compare. Because some folks seem to think that there's actually like a significant difference between the two, but I'm not entirely convinced of that. We'll see. Yeah, good to see you too, Richie. Thanks for stopping through. And we got 17 folks in the house. I hope I'm not too blurry anymore. I'm not sure what was going on with that. Emily, how are you? What's going on in Southern Florida? Thanks for stopping through. Okay. Peter White says, please out shovel and Sunday. I can imagine up in Ontario, right? I'm sorry, yeah, it's got to be getting right around that time of year for you guys. Oh, right on. Cool. All right. So without further ado, let's go back into the cake. As y'all may remember from it was about a month ago when I got this, like pretty much right when it came out. It wasn't amazing. We did some damage to it though. So just to rerun the specs on this, 46% ABV. It is, it's this Tokaja dessert wine cask finish, which is from like Hungary or something like that. If any of you guys got your hands on this since it came out, I would love to hear if anybody else has got the chance to taste this yet. In the meantime, I'm going to put some of this in the glass and see what's going on. I haven't had it in probably about a month. So let's see what's going on. That's a healthy pour, wouldn't you say? Yeah. All right. Sorry again for the tech difficulties. I feel like it's still coming in. Is it still coming in blurry for you guys? I just put it on my YouTube to see how it's looking on mine, and it still looks a little dicey. I wonder what the hell's going on with this. Well, you let me know. If it is, I'll just take a second and see if I can adjust this again. All right. We got some of this in the glass. I'm going to let it sit here for just a second. This was about $100 when it came out, and I think it's a relatively limited release, but it is a limited release, but I'm not sure like how limited. Richie says it goes back from fair to blurry. Damn. Okay. All right. Pause for the cause, y'all. Give me one more minute. All right, let's see how it looks now. Hopefully this will do it. What the heck is going on? I wonder if my internet's being all crazy. Weather's getting cold, man. You never know. Let me know in the chat. We back to something like reasonable here, or is it still coming in super blurry for you? Anyways, I'll keep going. You guys just let me know if things are getting a little janky. Way better. Okay, good. I actually think it might just have something to do with this camera. I got to get a decent camera at some point. Anyways, let's keep going. All right. Greg says, do I see a Ball Blair distillery exclusive behind you? Not a distillery exclusive, but I actually got this as a gift. This is a Ball Blair. It's a 13-year-old single cask. Let's see here. Yeah, this was bottled by some liquor shop in DC. My younger brother was the one that got this for me. 49.7% ABV. Really excited for this. I have a bunch of these older Ball Blairs. I have the 99, the 90, the 02 and the 05, all of which are fantastic. This one I'm going to try relatively soon. I think I'll probably do a tasting of this with Telex. I'm not sure about exclusivity or anything like that, but it's one of those kind of, those picks that you get every once in a while. Ben Demon Hunter is in the house. What's up, Ben? How are you? Molasses, Lost Cause. Great to see everybody. We were just about to hop in on a little bit of a tasting of this. Month later of oxidization, the Glenmorangie Tale of Cake. So we got this sitting here for a second. Here's what the color looks like, just in case y'all didn't remember. Kind of nice. It doesn't say anything about natural color on it. It's probably they've probably added color to it, but it's definitely not chill filtered, which is interesting for a Glenmorangie. So the last time we tasted this, I remember it was a bit sharp and edgy. That spice note was really, really assertive, and it kind of clouded what's supposed to be some of this like sweetness that you're supposed to be getting off of this whiskey. But I can tell you right now, after a month of this, it seems like it's balanced out a bit. I'm actually pretty excited to jump into this one again. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is working a lot better now. So I'm going to adjust this camera again. We're not quite out of the woods yet, it looks like. Let's see. Man. Bummer. It's better. You're getting more of this kind of like vanilla note. There's a nice tropical fruit kind of thing coming through. Cinnamon, honey, all that good stuff. Yeah, toffee. Yeah, and let me know in the chat. I'd love to hear if anybody else has had the opportunity to get their hands on this one yet. How's the video looking for everybody? Okay. This has gotten better. Still really short finish. And again, I think just like we were talking about last time, there's this like unexpected sour note that comes in at the end, kind of like a bitterness, sourness, a little bit drying too. Andrew Page says it's blurry again. Damn. All right, I have an idea. Bear with me, you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, we're going to try this one more time with a little backlight. I'm wondering if maybe there's just like a lighting issue or something like that. Let's hope this works. If not, I'm going to have to figure this out before I go on with our Telex, but apologies, everybody. This thing was working really nice earlier. I don't know what's happened to it. So we will see. No, is it still really blurry? God damn. Huh. How's it looking? Eh? Damn. Let's see if I do this. Let's see, what does this do? Damn. Man, what the hell? Well, how annoying is this? I wonder what happened to this. Okay, well, we might just have to roll with it for the moment. I'm not sure what else we can do here. It's stupid. Yeah, man. You know, I've been gone for a month. I don't know what happened. Man, what a bummer. Anyways, we can still hang out, chat for a little bit, and then I'm going to try and figure this out. I just wonder if it's like too much Zoom or something like that. I'm going to just keep moving this thing until it works. All right. Anyways, we'll stick with what we got for now. Apologies again, y'all. It's just another reason I got to invest in some more lighting, because apparently once you move your stuff around, everything gets all dicey. Anyways, here we are. We're hanging out. Tale of Cake. It's gotten better. Yes. Is it still good? Is it worth your $100? I couldn't tell you that definitively. I just feel like you should expect more from this. It has some of these, you know, whatever they were saying, cakey qualities or whatever the hell. Peter White. Too funny, man. Too funny. It's weird because like when you look through the StreamYard tool that I'm using, it looks crystal clear to me. Like there's no blurring at all. So that's why I'm like surprised that it's showing up on YouTube so blurry. I don't get it. Well, let's just keep rolling, y'all. We are almost at the bottom of the hour already. And that means, let me give you guys all a little bit of a reminder. So here on this blurry Tuesday, we are going to, we're going to be checking out a Tormore sample, which I got sitting in a glass right now, sent to us courtesy of our good friend, Andrew Page. We're also going to check out some Lecheg when I join Telex the Whiskey Tech at 9. I will drop the link as always in the chat when we're ready to do that. We're going to be doing Lecheg 10 and a Lecheg 18. So that should be really good. Hope you all can join us for that. I just saw something, Lost Cause just popped up and said, I completely agree with this. And this is the first thing I thought. If you would have poured this blind for me, I would have guessed like definitely that this was a Tokaya or Sauternes, because that's what it tastes like to me. It's got a little bit more of a like dark chocolate note to it than I would necessarily, or maybe milk chocolate, than I would necessarily get off of, help me out here, off of Sauternes. But yeah, it's kind of like right in there. So I agree with you. It's got that kind of peach, the like slight lemon, like creamy lemon note to it. All in all, this isn't bad. Again, I don't think this is necessarily worth running out and getting your money for. I'm going to do a full review of it eventually. It's a nice sipper, though. Like, I do commend them for doing something explicitly non-chill filtered. And I think as Greg was alluding to, kind of, which flew under the radar a bit, they have a Tokai, a 12-year-old Malaga cask coming out of this, like, small batch series Glenmorangie's doing that came out right at the same time as this and got like zero fanfare. I highly recommend you hunt for that if you can find it. Actually, I'm going to drop a review of that this Friday. I think if the choice is between these two new Glenmorangies, you go for the Malaga cask for sure. It's fantastic. So check out on Friday. I'll drop my review of that. And it should be on shelves. It was when I was in California. It probably is now. I would definitely recommend you check it out, because this is apparently only the first. This is the first in a series that they're going to be doing. So I highly recommend it. I think this is going to be a lot of fun to watch. It's good to see Glenmorangie putting out some higher proof stuff with age statements and non-chill filtered. Like that checks every box you need. So keep your eyes peeled for those, y'all. In the meantime, let me catch up on the chat. Peter White says, fuck it, we can see well. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, Peter. Yeah, I do apologize again. I won't sit here and apologize all night, but you know, I have no idea this is coming back with such a weird blur. I don't know what the hell it is. What else is going on? It's Mario's 35th anniversary. Is that true? Really? Today? Like Super Mario Brothers? Or are you talking about the like weird Atari version or whatever? No kidding. That I did not know. Okay. Well, there you go. This is all by design. Too funny. Appreciate it, Greg. Yeah, thank you. I don't like to come in here not with full quality, but I use a lot of video stuff at work. All of those were coming in crystal clear. I wonder if it's something with this app today or something. I don't know. This is strange. We'll see. In any event, onward. Glenmorangie Cake is just too much. Edredar Sartans. Yeah, I agree, man. Like, I just don't. It's good. Like, it's growing on me a bit. I think the oxidization is doing a lot. It was a lot sharper, like edgier when I first got it. But now I think that the cake has it's mellowed out a bit. It's starting to bring out more of that finished influence of that dessert wine cask. But I still don't think it's a $90 bottle per se. I mean, and Glenmorangie puts out a Sauternes cask anyways. And if you can find the 12-year Nectar d'Or, I would recommend that probably over this one, because I think it's similar in profile. But if you want a nice looking bottle to throw on your shelf, I guess you pick it up, right? Benzema under Lecheg. Yeah, we're going to be getting into it, man. We're doing Lecheg 10 and doing Lecheg 18, which is going to be awesome. I just recently reviewed a Lecheg 10. I don't know how I ever go without that being on the bar, because that stuff is freaking incredible. Diamond in the rough. The 18 is really interesting, super complex. So we'll be getting into that at the 9 o'clock hour with Telex. So that'll be a lot of fun, man. I hope you can join us. Blue cheese note. Are you talking about the Sauternes? I can see what you're saying there. Definitely. You know what, y'all? I'm going to try one more thing right quick. Sorry, I just have to. Give me a second. All right, we're going to see if that does any good. Probably not, but we'll see. I had to get some lighting. All right, what else is going on here? Hey, Welsh Toro. What's up in the UK, buddy? Thanks for stopping through. Slancha. We're tasting a little Tale of Cake again. It's getting better with oxidization, and we're going to get into some Tormore, a 22-year-old Tormore. So that should be really interesting. Glad to have you in the house, bud. Always good to see you. Oh, got it. 35 years since Super Mario Brothers. That's crazy. Man, how old are y'all feeling right now? I remember going over to my buddy's house and like playing that in his basement because I didn't have a Nintendo growing up. And he was like, he had one of those parents that just bought him all that stuff. And man, sitting in the basement, playing that RBI baseball. He had like a Castlevania, all them old like 8-bit Nintendo games. Good times. I wish I would have kept some of that. I ended up with a ton of those and I sold them, man. Nowadays, those things are like collector's items. People are going crazy for those. Hold on to that stuff. I have a couple friends who rant and rave about Lecheg. Yeah, they should. It's awesome. I'm having a High Coast Sherry Cask Batch 9. This is really good for how young it is, around 6 years old. It doesn't taste super young. $60 a bottle. Ooh, that's interesting. Is that like a malt? I've never heard of it. Give us the info. Santa Cruzan's in the house. What's up, Santa Cruzan? Thanks for joining. Good to see you. I was out in your side of the world for the last 5 weeks. It was wonderful. Welcome to the 8-bit digitized version of Malt Muser Happy Hour this week. I come home and I can't get a good video feed. You know how it goes. Good to see you though, buddy. Yeah, anyway, so my like general consensus thing on this cake is like, it really is, this is definitely like something, the presentation itself, which I'm sure you all have seen, it's like technicolored. It's got this really nice presentation, but my sense is that that's the allure here. Like they're going for a specific market. I don't actually anticipate that most of y'all would find this like a worthy investment of $100 or something like that. So steer clear of it. If you're looking for a Glenmo, pick up the 12-year-old Malaga cask from the small batch release series that's just come out. My review will drop on that on Friday. That one is going to be worth your money for sure. And it's cheaper than the cake. This is just kind of, it just, there's not enough going on. If it had a longer development, the thing is it drops off too quick. You get this kind of nice combination of some vanilla icing. There's a little bit of gingerbread cinnamon in it, the honey note, some typical Glenmorangie kind of palate. It just drops fast. And you're left with a nice sweet finish. But the problem is that like it just happens too quickly. Like you'd like to see this go longer. If this was, I can't imagine this has been aged more than like 6 or 7 years. It would be nice if this would just kind of ride out a little bit more. And so I think that's where the drop off is here. I mean, clearly they're going for a market of like, this is either a gift or a collector's item or whatever. I mean, I give them props for doing it. It is non-chill filtered. That's great, but it's just not a winner in my opinion, especially at the price. I mean, you wait for some of their private select releases that come out of Glenmorangie. I think a lot of those are a lot better. Ben Demon Hunter just got me, just poured Lecheg 10. Now I gotta try foam a little bit more. One sec. I'm trying to do a little thing here with this video. Man, yeah. I don't know. Anyways. Oh, good. So it does, it's looking better. Fantastic. All right. Glad to hear it. Cohen says, I remember Mario when he was on Donkey Kong. Right. And that was in the Atari days, right? God damn. That was mid 80s. Welsh Toro, why did you buy the cake? I know, man. No, look, I know. And I'll tell you why I bought it. And I think this is instructive because there's a shop out in Southern New Jersey, which I go to quite a bit. I've developed a relationship with the owners, which I always think is crucial, especially when you're like into whiskey, because they want to talk to people who are into whiskey. But I went in one day and it wasn't him. It was another guy. And, you know, of course, we were like getting into talking and he said he had a, you know, an extra bottle of the cake and it was $90. So I had to do it. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to try this out. Why not? It'll be fun. And I should have known better. It had me at, you know, it's at 46%. I like Glenmorangie. It was non-chill filtered. I was like, okay, it's an NAS, but, you know, whatever. Let's roll the dice. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Conversely, the one that got released under the radar right when this one did, which is the small batch release Malaga Cask 12-year, very much worth it. And I guess that goes to show that they put a lot of their marketing advertising money into the cake and not the 12-year-old Malaga cask, which would have made a lot more sense because it's a much better whiskey. But had they put this at 12 years like they normally do, I think this would have been good. To me, this is like a 3. This is in that 3 to 5, 3 out of 5 range. It doesn't. The real failure on this one is the youthfulness. It drops off too early, and And I think that really kind of takes away from what could be a really interesting experience with this whiskey, unfortunately. So that's that. We'll check in on it. We'll keep going with the cake. We'll see how it goes. I still got at least half a bottle of it, so that's that. I was hoping for a little bit more after a month of it sitting there, but here we are. Okay. Let me get my palate right. A little bit more water. Let's talk Tormore. So, as I mentioned earlier, here it is. Good friend of the show, Andrew Page, Patreon supporter, has sent me a bunch of samples, including this. It's called the Munro's Tormore Cask Strength, 45.5% ABV. Glasgow Whiskey Company bottling, so this is an indie bottling. Excuse me. And Tormore, not a distillery that I've ever had anything from. What I was able to find out is they're a relatively young distillery comparatively. They really kind of came online around 1960, Speyside region. Their core range is only like a 14 and a 16-year-old. So this indie bottling is the only reason you're getting something above 16 years old. And kind of cool, the original owners of the distillery in 1960 buried a couple bottles of their like blended whiskey called Long John that in like a time capsule that won't be opened until 2060. So they're going to have it sit in this time capsule for like 100 years. Hopefully we still have a planet that's habitable by 2060, but they buried a bottle of it. And so that's kind of cool. I like that they're, I would probably do something similar had I owned a distillery, but in any event, I don't know what to expect from this. It is a single malt. It is hogsheads, 22 years in American oak hogsheads. So this is going to be an ex-bourbon cask. I know that I'm probably still coming through somewhat digitized, unfortunately, but if you can see it, this is what the color looks like. Nice golden hue. Let's get into it, y'all. Let me know in the chat if you've ever had a Tormore or know anything about Tormore. So, okay, immediately on the nose, spice, sweet, a little bit of sour. My first thought on this is it reminds me a bit of a Craigellachie. It's got a bit of that mustiness, a bit of that sharp, almost like damp Dunnage Warehouse thing going. Ooh. But as you get into it, apple cider, cinnamon, there's the bourbon notes coming through. There's some vanilla. There's some bright red fruit. Okay. Ooh, there's something else too. It's cinnamon, but it's like light cinnamon. It'd be nutmeg or allspice. Andrew Page says the Tormore's a good one. It was my first shipment from the Tasters Club. Okay. I can see what you're saying. This is nice. There's almost like an earthy quality to it as you dig deeper into it. 45.5%, which is really nice for nosing. Like you can kind of really get into it without burning your nostrils, which is nice. Chocolate too. Okay. Nice complex nose. And Andrew Page, let us know, like, I mean, this is something you said you got out of a tasting sample, but is this something, I don't know how widely available it is to get independent bottlings of Tormore. Yeah, I mean, when you go on the tasting buds, it's spice, It's sweet. Slight sour. Okay, let's give it a taste. Sláinte, y'all. Great to be back here on a Tuesday. Oh, wow. Okay. That is very different on the delivery than you would have expected off the nose. Slightly alkaline, citrus. There's some vanilla, caramel, chocolate, but it's playing second fiddle to this kind of citrus lemon lime note. So it definitely, the sour is carried through from the nose. This is interesting. Really nice finish. As it develops, you start getting this kind of chocolate malted milk ball thing going on, vanilla milkshake thing, a little bit of that apple cider spice in the background. Oh, wow. This reminds me a lot of Craigellachie. If you'd have poured this blind for me, I would have said Craigellachie. Like an aged one, for sure. 17, maybe. Ooh. Bitter, too. There's a nice bitterness to this. Okay. The nose is fantastic. Oh, wow. Okay, that second taste is where it's at. Super juicy. Wow. Yo, Andrew. Okay. This one, that first taste, I was a little bit like, I'm not quite sure. Now, okay, I get it. I totally get it. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Creme brulee. This is it's like a dessert whiskey. It's funny because I just had the cake, and the cake, I guess, obviously is like more of a dessert whiskey. It's a lot of sweetness, a lot of like creaminess. And this has a lot of that too, but there's this nice bitter note riding through it. It like almost touches the edge of what I would say is like hoppy. It's bright. It's like a bright bitterness. Okay, Tormore. Have any of you guys had the 14 or the 16? Let me know in the chat. We still got, what, 16 folks on? Right on. Oh, I could mess with this. This is yeah. Let me see what Andrew Page has to say here. Yeah, I agree with you completely. Yeah. I think this is above the Blair Athol that you sent and the Craigellachie. But it is similar in style. Looking online, he said indie bottlings of these are like a lot easier to find. Okay. Yeah, I might have to get something like this. Is definitely not what you pour for a person who's just getting into Scotch, but I can tell you there's a lot to explore here. There's a lot of goodness happening in this. I like that ABV too. 45.5. That's a good ABV for a 22-year-old whiskey, in my opinion. It means that I think what it says to me is that the casks that they're using must be pretty good. Because like they're not trying to just like overload it with alcohol to try to bring out more flavor. Like this is very natural. Color-wise too. It's a nice, I mean, that's a natural color for sure, I have to imagine. There's no way they put color in that. Oh. Okay. I'm not sure what to tell you about what I'm getting off the nose now, but it's like coconut. There's like a heavy coconut note. It almost reminds me a bit of like if you've ever had an anise German Christmas cookies, which have like a little bit of anise in it, but they also have powdered sugar, so you get that kind of licorice note, but it's also like covered up with a lot of sweetness. So a lot of that's coming out of this, a lot of anise, but it's sweet and well-rounded. Oh, okay. I'm gonna put a drop of water on this. Wow. So many layers on this one. Hmm. My boy in Paris, Greg Whiskey Guide. If you guys haven't, take a second, give him a sub. He's doing great reviews. Have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. As always, appreciate your support. It is late in France. Get yourself some good shut-eye, brother. Wow. I'm really impressed with this one. This is the kind of whiskey that I think, if the price was right, for folks who are just kind of getting to that point where standard distillery releases are, you know, on average, just kind of not meeting your expectations, or kind of maybe just meeting expectation, and you want something a little bit different, a little bit more challenging, this is right there. I would be real curious what their 14 and their 16-year-old are tasting like, because this 22 is fantastic. It's got a bitterness to it, a bitterness that, like, I think most people don't appreciate unless you've been sipping scotch for a while. And then even then you might not like it, but if you do, this one's really working in your favor. Take care, Greg. Yeah. This was a good curtain call, man. Again, Andrew, I appreciate the samples you sent. I appreciate your Patreon support. If you guys haven't and you're interested, check out patreon.com/maltmuserwhiskey. Feel free to chip in, help keep the channel going. I really appreciate any and all support you guys give. But at the heart of it, it's all about the whiskey. And when folks send samples like this, you know, I'm smitten, man. This is fantastic. I need a bottle of this. Oily is all hell too. If you like Craigellachie, hit up Tormore. Find yourself a bottle of this. For sure. All right, y'all. We got about 5 minutes until it is Tasty Tuesday Telex and Malt Show. So let me tell you what we got lined up. Telex and I, it's been a little bit. We've been off for, what, a week or two? We're going to be hitting up Lecheg 10 and Lecheg 18. So if you are interested in learning about some non-Islay kick-ass peat smoke whiskeys, be sure to join us. I will drop the link in the chat, which should be coming up soon. 1 second. Give me just a sec. Let me find our good friend Telex. So I got him on watch. Oh yeah, here's the link. Let me drop this in, y'all. I am going to try to fix my video. The link is in the chat. I super appreciate everybody hanging out. My apologies for the video feedback issues tonight. This is I am in a new space, so while it looks nice and clear to me on this app, it is not coming through to y'all. I do apologize. I'm going to get this remedied so next week we're not having this same situation. And if I can, I'm going to try and remedy it right now before I join Telex for the Telex and Malt Show Tasty Tuesday. So feel free to grab that link in your chat. He's going to be, we'll be launching this in about 5 minutes. And I'm going to do a little tech work here to see if I can figure this out. So Appreciate y'all, and it's great to be back on a Tuesday. Happy December. I hope everybody had a blessed Thanksgiving, and much love to everybody. I'll catch you guys in a few minutes over on Telex's channel. So.